Man, I just got off work. I had an extra
Yeah,
long consultation that, that's just how it goes sometimes, but it
right.
produced.
But here you are.
Here I am.
So, Greg, just so you know, we are streaming live into our community group, and there's about 1,000 like-minded women in that group that are just like dedicated to health and their wellness. And then over the next week, we'll be sharing your interview with our email community and our public community. And so we want to make sure that we spread the word about what you're doing over there in your corner of the world. You have one of the most unique businesses. You combine, you're not just about the external facial. You look at people from the inside out as you're doing your work on the outside. And you're
Absolutely.
interested in their nutrition and their hydration. And I knew when I met you that you were probably as crazy as I am. Good thing. But, and we met through a mutual friend who said, hey, you two crazies, you need to meet. And we did. So if you could, we have not shared really kind of, I want them to hear it from you, how you approach skincare, health, and enlighten us about that. What should we be doing?
Well, the way I approach skincare is that like you said, I approach it from the inside out, because your skin is a representation of what's going on on the inside of you. So usually during a consultation, the first thing I probe for is how much are they drinking? What are they eating? What are their concerns? Why are they even here? Why are they calling me? Each consultation is very different, because each individual is in a different place in life. And that's what I really need to find out. Like, why are they there? Are they a mother who's finally taking care of herself after 20 years? Or it's interesting. I've been getting a lot of young women, under 30, who are being proactive. There's like this paradigm shift with young women. I think it's amazing that they're being proactive to take care of their bodies and their skin at such a young age, instead of waiting for, the onset of disease and the likes. Being proactive. But, I probe into things very cautiously. How much are they sleeping? Are they staying asleep at night? Are they waking up sore? Do they wake up feeling refreshed? It's the whole thing, mind, body, and soul. That's my approach. And, it's very individual what I do.
Can you tell us about a couple of treatments? I found you showed me your room, and I just a couple of the treatments that you do, like you can tell if someone's hydrated or not, and then you help them. So just give us an idea of the treatments.
I think my main modality is probably what's what we call the omega peel. It's a non-acidic. It's not even it's not acidic, and it's also not it's a peel that is not invasive, and nobody turns red. That's probably my most powerful one of my most powerful modalities, because it really it removes dead skin, it cleans pores, and it just gives a glow that lasts for days. So along with that, I'll do microcurrent, which is really effective in stimulating blood flow to the areas of the body that I'm treating. Collagen, and I use LED lights along with the microcurrent, and depending on what the situation is at hand, depends on what color I'll use. I mainly use green for leveling out the skin tone, because a lot of people have age spots due to oxidization.
Mm-hmm.
eating too much sugar. So green helps. Uh, Sometimes I use blue for acne, and red. Red is for fine lines and wrinkles, but I don't use red too often because I can usually smooth out lines by just having them drink more water, and they'll be quite smoother the next week if they're coming weekly. So um,
Okay. So the peel, I love the light therapy.
mhm.
Um, and what was the third one?
Microcurrent, but
Oh yeah, microcurrent.
also a very powerful modality is the high frequency. And the high frequency, it kills bacteria and viruses. And if a pimple is starting, if I high frequency it, usually by the next day it's smaller or gone.
Mm-hmm.
I've removed whiteheads with high frequency, warts. I even did a wart on myself just to test it out, and
Mm-hmm.
it's just a little brown spot. So
Hmm.
those are my main bread and butter. I also do ultrasound. I do waxing. I don't do a whole lot of waxing, but if you want waxing, you need to let me know so I can heat up the wax. But those are the main modalities.
Yeah,
But
and I like the idea because I'm sensitive about chemicals and what we put on our skin, and you felt the same that the products that you used, you vetted.
oh yeah, my product line was developed by a guy named Jim Knutson Larson. He was a biochemist from Norway, and he was really big into staying natural. He was really into MSM, which is a sulfur compound, and he and I had both read the same books on MSM, and his products all have MSM in it, which is a very soothing and healing element. As you know, the sulfur is really good for you. So that's why I use Jim's product, even though he's gone. I kind of think of myself as continuing his legacy because he passed about, I think it's been 2 years now. So
Mhm. And another unique, I think our clients are 40 plus generally, and
mhm.
really want to take care of their skin while they're taking care of their fitness and their eating. And so I like what you do, and you have a unique way of presenting to them with your membership package. Um, right, and that's not like common in the esthetician world. You set it up as a like a total plan, and so there's benefits with that. So tell them about your memberships.
Well, there's monthly memberships. There's two of them that are available right now. One of them is where you can come and get treated once a month, and that'll include everything that I feel I need to do that day. The main membership is where you can come up to twice a week if you have the time. I'll see if I have the time. I can see you twice a week. Not many people need to go that often, but ultimately I'd like to see people once a week that are in treatment, because usually when I'm treating members, there's other things going on besides just the skin. I might be working with them on sleep issues, you know, or breathing issues. I worked with a lady tonight about breathing, like she was a mouth breather,
Mm-hmm.
and I give her different exercises to. I actually told her, try taping your mouth shut tonight when you sleep with medical tape, and you wake up feeling amazing, right?
Yes.
And you only need to brush your teeth in the morning because you haven't had oxygen in your mouth.
Right. My clients are like, you are the craziest girl, but I tape my mouth shut every night. And
Mm-hmm.
we just spoke with Brian Bradley from Agoscu, and he promotes the same thing. I don't know if you know about Agoscu, but he was talking to our clients about, um, using nose breathing. And so I think that's very cool. Very
Right.
cool.
The human mouth was not designed for breathing at all. We have nitric oxide receptors in our nasal passages that we really ought to utilize.
Yes.
Because nitric
Have
oxide,
you read? I'm sorry, go ahead.
oh, I just say nitric oxide makes all kinds of good things happen.
Yeah, I know, baby. Have you read James Nestor's book, Breathe? Oh, I think you'd like.
No, I studied Patrick McKeown,
Yes,
who speaks of,
yes,
but I've read Patrick's books and I've watched all of his interviews. So
yes. I remember now. Yes, and I've looked him up. James Nestor is someone, he wrote the book Breathe, and he was a journalist who did research on how our jaws have changed.
yes,
Um,
I have read that book.
yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
and he studied
So
with a guy out of Stanford, right?
yes, and they showed how sleep deprivation caused insulin resistance,
Yeah.
and yeah, very cool. So I'm see people, crazy people do things like tape their mouth shut, right?
Yeah, I even put a mouth guard in my mouth to keep my jaw open to open up my airwave even more. You know, just having that little bit of space between my teeth keeps my mouth and passageway
Mm-hmm.
open. So
Mm-hmm.
I wake up feeling good, and I like feeling good
Yeah,
and
me too.
thankful. You know,
Yes, yes.
I know you do, and I've been
Well,
really be focusing on my head. You know,
yeah,
remember,
right. Yeah, that is from that Agoscu that we talked about. So if you were to give all of these women that are watching maybe one, two, three tips. So one, they're going to check out your information because we're going to get you that information. But if you could give them one, two, three, it could be breathing, could be anything that might help them with a more youthful, anti-aging tip. What would it be?
it starts in the mind. You have to love yourself. You have to know that you're worth it. You're more than enough. You're more than enough. You're not just enough, you're more than enough. And that taking care of yourself and loving yourself is the main thing. Um, think about what you're thinking. The average human thinks about 60 to 70,000 thoughts a day, and those thoughts are usually the same thing you thought about the day before. So if they're positive, that's all good. If they're not, you're in for problems. It's just what's going to happen, because what you think about becomes your personality, and your personality will become your personal reality.
Right.
So
Good.
think about what you're thinking, stay positive, and uh, man, as a stroke survivor, I know that sleep is paramount. Okay, so in order to have really good sleep, you need to have vitamin D levels checked. I encourage everybody to take vitamin D with vitamin K2, but I also, the caveat to that is check your D levels to see where you are. You need to know where you are before you just start popping Ds. But you want to take K2 with that too, because the K2 will move calcium out of soft tissue where you don't want it, like in your joints, you know, cataracts, and your arteries. Hey,
You know, we didn't share that, but you brought it up. You are a stroke survivor,
yes.
and a pretty bad one, and you've come out of that and fully functioning and not a lot of repercussions because of that, correct?
Right there. I mean, there's little things like, every once in a while I lose my balance, but what I did, again, it started in the mind. I had a brainstem stroke, so that affected everything. The stuff you don't think about, like swallowing, chewing. I couldn't brush my teeth. I couldn't get dressed, but I knew I had to learn everything over again. So the mindset was, if I have to learn how to do everything over that I already know that I know how to do, there's no reason I can't learn to do it better. And I did, because I'm not the same person that I was back then, because I changed my nutrition. I started sleeping. I started taking the supplements necessary to heal. The body is a self-healing organism, and if you take care of it, it will. Yeah, that's the key to staying young, is staying ahead of the uh, you got to heal more than you're breaking down.
Yeah.
If you're not healing after breaking down, and breaking down is superseding the healing, then you're aging. That's the key, is always, but you need to fortify your body with the nutrients that you need. Like when I tell people get your vitamin D levels where they need to be, and they do, then they start sleeping well and sleeping through the whole night. Then what happens is, because the body's in this massive repair mode, vitamin B levels start to go down. So you got to watch those too. That's why
Yeah.
things like SpectraCell are so imperative to if you really want to get just down with your health and not just have a shotgun blast type look at supplements, then you want to get SpectraCell so you know exactly what you're deficient in. I had it
Yes.
done 2 weeks ago, or I guess it was a month ago, and I found out I was deficient in vitamin C. And I thought, what the heck, vitamin C? I got the scurvy or what? Weird. But then I thought, I don't eat fruit. Makes sense. So I'm supplementing on vitamin C and a whole litany of other amino acids too. But it's
Uh-huh.
enlightening, and you've got this clear picture of where you are. And my wife
Yeah.
just had it done a couple of weeks ago, so we're going to know where she is, where her levels are, where we need to supplement, and where we don't. And it saves,
Right.
in the long run, it saves you money,
Yeah.
because you're not, like I said, you're not just shotgun blasting, with supplements. But
Right.
the mindset is the most important thing, and to love yourself, and just, I think things really changed for me when I realized what my purpose was here on earth. Once if you can figure out why you're here and just run with it, then you're going to be golden, and be grateful in all things,
Mm-hmm.
because
Well, there's another thing they don't know about you. You're a fantastic musician.
oh man. Yeah,
Yeah.
I played in Clovis Saturday. It was a really great, what a beautiful day.
Oh,
Cars
nice.
everywhere.
Nice.
But
Nice.
yeah,
Well, listen, I appreciate you coming on to share, your wisdom. And for people that don't know, SpectraCell is a place that you can, you can order your own pathology blood work, and there are physicians there that can help read it for you. So, yeah, it's I think a great service. So, anyway, Greg, thank you, and I
thank you.
can't wait